Hey moms, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday Talk Live, where every Wednesday I come on and I talk about a different topic of the month. This month, our topics are going to rotate around self-care because that is what all my social media is about in the month of October, and that is what my box also conveys. Actually, today I'm wearing the shawl from the box, the one that you saw burning. Did you guys watch that video? If you hadn't, scroll down and watch that about how all of a sudden I'm like on fire and I don't know it. And then I smell smoke and I realize it. So it wasn't a big deal. Everything was fine, but it was kind of fun. But this shawl, literally, I am loving it. It's a full length and it's kind of cool where I am. And I just love the softness. It's keeping me warm. It's not like a heavy, bulky thing. And it goes so many ways. So anyway, so this month we're talking about self-care and about different ways you can self-care. Yesterday on my Metamorphosis Mom Club, my private Facebook group, which if you want you can join, you just have to answer a couple of questions. I nurture that group more and we go more into details. And we are starting to have all our guest speakers on there too. So we are going to be having our storyteller stylist on there. We had her on this platform, but I think it's better if we do it in the private group because I want that group to be nurtured and grow more. So yesterday we talked about self-care and happiness. Hello, Peppa, how are you? Welcome. And so yesterday in the Metamorphosis Mom Club, we talked about how self-care is not just getting a manicure, getting a pedicure, going for a walk. It comes from within. If you are not self-caring from within, from your heart, from your head, then you can't self-care for other people or yourself, and you can never be happy. So that's what we talked about yesterday. And if you join that group, then you can watch the replay. But today we're going to talk about self-care and mental health and how it's so important to be present and to be there. Because what is self-care mental health? When you self-care mentally so you can move forward, it's also self-improvement, because as a person, we need to constantly grow and move forward. Because if we don't constantly grow and move forward, then what is the purpose, right? It's always growing and learning, taking courses, reading books, reading magazines, watching CNN, listening to social media, being around other people that help you grow. And also, when you are mentally self-caring yourself, you're also improving your self-esteem, you're improving your confidence, and you're improving your self-worth, because you feel like you have a reason to go on. Because if you are not feeling good inside your body, if you're not taking care of your body and your mentalness, then you're really not self-caring. Because just imagine if you're not feeling good in the head and something is bothering you, or you're upset about something, or you're feeling sick inside, or you just don't feel right, then you're not self-caring for yourself and you're not able to take care of other people, because you're focused just on the problem that you have and your illness, or you're just going and telling the story over and over in your head rather than touching somebody else the way we do with self-care. Because when you're self-caring, you're touching everybody around you. And so you need to have that mental stability. And you have to live your life as if you have everything rather than nothing. That is a shift in your mind. If you live your life as if you don't have anything, then you're never self-caring. And self-caring actually comes from within, how you're feeling and how your health is. So getting enough sleep, hydrating, going for walks, having time to breathe, doing yoga is all going to nurture your inside. Because, you can get as many manicures as you want, you can get as many pedicures as you want, but if you are not feeling good mentally or physically, then it's just a short-term thing and it's done, right? What you feel inside for self-care is a lifelong thing and is going to help you improve your life and go forward. So you need to surround yourself with the right people. I mentioned that yesterday also in my talk, that surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, coming on this platform to get better information and to get encouragement, being with people who want to know what you're doing or help you improve, who help you stay consistent, who help you stay accountable. That is all going to help you in moving forward in your self-care so you can be the best version of yourself. taking time to take care of your emotional wounds. So many of us cannot self-care and cannot get past the past. So we're constantly bringing in the past and we're constantly obsessing about the past. Or we talk about, remember 5 years ago, that's why I'm like this. Forget it. That was 5 years ago. Just let it go. It's hard and it takes time, but let it go. Take time to breathe. You know, taking breath is so important because we spend so much time running around, doing errands, taking care of everybody else, because that's what we do as moms, that we forget to just stop and breathe. Like I always use the example, like sometimes I'm doing stuff all day and then I'll be like, oh, I didn't take a breath. I mean, obviously you have to breathe to live, but just to stop. And you're just like, whew. And then you sit down and you're just like, all the energy just gets drained because we don't take care of ourselves. Smelling nice fragrances also helps when you're feeling down or you're not feeling good. The scent of lavender, the scent of, you know, jasmine, the scent of gardenia, those smells, the scent of spa can really increase your mood as well. And that's why, like in my, first box I had the lavender, and in this one I have the head pillow with the lavender, and I have a candle in every box because studies show that if you surround yourself with good smells, you will have an energy level and a highness. So that's where the concept of having a candle in every box came. Change your mindset to think positive, because a lot of times the reason why we're not self-caring and we're not moving forward is because we're always thinking about negative. We always think about, how come this didn't happen? I need this. I want this. We're always wanting and needing and wondering why we don't have it. But when you focus on what you don't have, you're constantly throwing that energy out and you're not going to get it. You need to focus on what you do have. Healthy life, you know, healthy body, you know, good food, good friends, you know, that you're alive, that you're wonderful, that you're awesome, all those affirmations. And then the goodness and the energy will come to you, because what we do is we say all the negative words. And when you say negative things, you're just always going to have negative things happen to you because you're calling it to you. But when you start opening up your mind and breathing and opening up your chest and just saying that, you know, this is what I want, and I'm happy with this, and I love this, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so thankful. All of a sudden, all these doors open up, and you're just like, whoa, where did this come from, right? Because if you think about it, when you're constantly negative, it just goes worse. But when you're just like, it is what it is, I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful, beautiful things happen. And we have to remember that if something is not happening right, don't discard it and say, no, nothing is working right, you know, this is happening bad. Because when something happens bad, I actually get excited. And I get excited because if you think about it, when plants are growing and soil is, you know, turning, when you turn the soil, it becomes fresh soil and the flowers bloom awesome. So something wrong is happening. That means that something good is going to happen. A perfect door is going to open for you. Just like when you look back and you say, thank God I didn't do this because now this, and this happened. Same thing. We just focus on the negative. If something is not going right, you just sit back, you take a breath, and you say to yourself, what it is, I'm grateful for the way things are, and I know something better is about to come. I mean, you have to really change your mindset, and you have to really make your self-care be how you feel, how you react, and how you breathe, because it all comes from in here. You can do anything for self-care materialistically or outwardly, but this is where it counts. And this is what we have to change. And then we don't want material things, and we don't want other things. We just want experiences, and we want life's stuff. So let me know with an emoji or a heart if you're understanding this, or if there's something that you're trying to achieve, or if this is resonating with you, because also grounding yourself is so important as well. And because you know, that's what I do in yoga a lot. When I do teach my yoga courses, I start out by having people ground themselves. And that means, you know, connecting with the earth and connecting with your body. Because when you're doing yoga or you're sitting in meditation, or even if you're sitting in quietness, you just relax and you just breathe and you just focus on yourself. And so when you ground yourself, that's when you start discharging all the negative energy, because you're connecting with the earth and you start bringing in a positive flow. And grounding is just stopping. Grounding is just, noticing things in your body, noticing your feet touching the ground and being thankful for being alive and being able to touch the earth, right? That's grounding, just stopping, because we don't stop. That's the problem. And that is a major thing why we don't have self-care and we can't give to everybody else and we have low energy and we just can't spread the self-care to everybody else, and we can't focus on ourselves because our minds are all over the place. We're worried about this child or that husband or that in-law or that relative. We're constantly, our mind is going. And then when it's time to think about us, we're like, forget it. I don't even have the time. I don't even care. I just need to stop. So that's when you stop and you ground yourself. And so the first step is really connecting with the way you feel, the way you react, the way you breathe, and the way you are mentally in your head. Once that is all clear and you understand that these are the things that you need to take care of, then you can move forward to the action step, which could be a mani, a pedi, walking in nature. But if you're not feeling good inside here, then you're not self-caring, and everyone you touch is going to be as miserable as you. So if you don't connect with yourself, then you can't connect with anyone else, and you're going to feel chaos, and it's going to be the circle of unhappiness and overwhelmingness. So, as I said, bad stuff leads to good things. We have to remember that. If we change that, it's kind of weird, but if you change, the bad stuff leads to good things. As one door closes, another opens. I know you've heard that so many times. So it's really about self-awareness. Do you guys have any questions right now? Or are you guys feeling overwhelmed? Or are you doing well in your self-care? I'd love to know, just so that we can connect and I can help you, because self-care is so important. And, I say it over and over, and I feel like I sound like a broken record, but no matter how much I say it, moms don't get it. Like, this is how I started with my box, with my whole serving moms, because as you know, I'm a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher and a health coach. And I would teach moms yoga. I would teach them meditation. I would talk to them with discussions. And they would do beautifully, and they would feel so good afterwards. Number one, then, they wouldn't be consistent with the yoga. Number two, though, they would love it at the moment. And then when I said, you need to do this, you need to self-care, they'd be like, I don't have time for self-care. I'm busy with cooking. I'm busy with my household. I'm busy with other people. I've got this. And so they wouldn't self-care. And so everything they were doing, like if you do yoga and you don't self-care, or you do meditation, you don't self-care, that's like if you, do your nails and you put them in nail remover right after. It's just the same thing, where you just wipe it out because you're not taking care of yourself. And self-care needs to be done. I mean, ideally, if you've got older kids, and you should make the time and you should have the time, even if it's 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the night, 15 to 20 minutes a day, just to breathe and just to stop, even to just stare at a wall is self-care. Listen to good music, sit with a candle, but don't say you don't have time, because there's so many hours in the day. Write it in a calendar. Tell your family, tell everybody else, this is my time of day, because this has to be done. Because if you don't do self-care, then you're actually losing a part of your life. You're living less. You're not living to your full potential, and you're not giving people the amazing person that you are, because you're constantly lack of energy, upset, feeling resentful, feeling guilty, tired, because you're just expending your energy in the wrong places. Your energy needs to be in the right place. And when you are not self-caring, your energy is all over the place. So you don't know. It's just like people who are like, I don't have money, or people who don't care about money. It's because they're giving here, they're giving there, and they're not looking at their checkbooks, they're not looking at their bank accounts, and then they're all crazy, begging from Paul to go to Peter, getting this to get that. It's just crazy. But when you know where your energy is going and you focus on your energy, just like if you focused on your money and you wrote everything down, how amazing would that? Then you would have such a great amount to store. And so that if one day you didn't self-care or something came up, you would have so much energy stored inside of you that it would be just like, what? You would have that for those moments that you needed them, right? So focus on yourself and do things that make you happy. That is so important too, because so many times we do things for other people. We do things that we have to do for routine. We do things because we have other people looking at us, and other people, we compare and we judge, right? The way we do things is to say, oh, let's see how Patty thinks of us, or let's do this because Judy will watch me and say, oh, wow. Don't do things for other people. That's not self-care. That's trying to be somebody that you're not. So you need to not compare, because what we do so many times, and what we do is we do it for encouragement, and we do it for acceptance. That's the word. We do it for acceptance. We do so many things so people accept us, so we feel like we belong. But you might feel like you belong once they say, oh, you did great, or thank you for doing this, and you become a people pleaser and you keep on doing things. But the outside might feel like acceptance, but when you go into the core, you're miserable. You're not happy. You said yes to one more thing, and you're like, why did I say yes? You did something that, is beyond what you want to do, and then you regret it later. So a good example of that is the mask, right? You might go to some event or someplace, and people are not wearing a mask. So you're wearing your mask, and because of social pressure, you take it off. And you know that it's wrong to take off your mask. You know that you could get COVID from that. You know that you're not supposed to be doing this, but you take it off because of social pressure, because you want to be accepted by everybody else. You don't want to be the person that everybody says, oh, you're wearing a mask, you're wearing a mask. Just take it off. Just take it off. It doesn't matter, right? And then you take it off, and then you go home, and you're just like freaking out, upset, because you don't know what happened. You don't know somebody was asymptomatic, and you did it for other people's acceptance. You didn't do what you wanted to do. You didn't do what you knew was right. So you have to have confidence in yourself, and self-care and self-improvement also helps you with that, because you can't do what everybody else is doing, because you'll get burnt out, and that energy is going to seep away again, right? If you don't feel like doing something and you don't want to, then you don't have to. You do what's right for you, because when you're sick with an illness, when you're not feeling well, if your hair falls out, if you can't breathe, where's all those people going to be? It's you on yourself. You have control of your life and your feelings and your self-care, and nobody else does. Because when you're not in the right place, who suffers? You, right? And you might think I'm sounding a little bit harsh, or I'm coming on too strong, but I'm really passionate about this, about self-care. I am here to serve you, to guide you. This is why, I have my talks every week. This is why I'm on Instagram Live. This is why I have my courses. This is why I have my box, because I want moms to have the confidence and really dig deep inside themselves and be the person that they can. Because so many times when your kids get older and they leave the house, that we're just like, what? What just happened? What is there for us? Did I waste my life before? What is my future? What am I going to do? Who am I? We go through this whole turmoil of what the heck, as our kids get older and then they leave. And I want you to know that you can move forward. There's so many things. There's such a beautiful journey out there, but it starts from self-care. It starts from working on yourself. It starts from self-improvement. And that's what I'm here to guide you with. So hello, my Hinaz. How are you? Give me a thumbs up emoji if you like what I am talking about. So some things that you can do to empower yourself and move forward in your journey is to work on goals, because when you want to self-care, you need to work on goals, because there need to be goals that we look forward to, and they should be small goals that grow into big goals. You need to focus on your strengths. So many of us have so many strengths. We raise kids, we run a household, we cook, we clean, we are members of society. We have so many strengths. Find your strength and work on that, because that will also improve your self-confidence. It will improve your self-worth, and you'll have something that, gives you an uplift of energy. And also focus on your future. When you want to empower yourself and really have the self-care, a lot of what's on our shoulders, why we sink so low, why we have aches, why we have pains, why we have migraines, and we don't feel well, is because our past is just bogging us down. once you open your heart, let it go and just say, it is what it is. The universe, your health, everything will change, because positive thinking and moving forward is so important. And we don't realize that. And we try to move forward, and we do well, then we come back. We do well, and then we come back. But that's because we start thinking of one incident, which is another incident, which is another incident, and then it's like a fireball. What you need to do is you need to think, okay, I'm upset about this incident. And then before you skip to the next incident, because it's like a pattern, because you think about one incident and then you think about the person, and then that person becomes in the next incident. Then you think about a thing which gets to the next one, so it's rolling. Once you start trying to get rid of one thing of the past, you just focus on that. Change your mind. Like, this is the incident. I'm going to change my mindset and I'm going to move forward. And then you go on piece by piece, just like a puzzle, piece by piece, dissect, accept, move on. Because the thing is, you want to move on. Hello, Usman, how are you? And then focus on your life instead of your pain and your problem. What we do is we don't focus on the present, the here, the now, the kids that are around. We focus on our problems. So like, say like your kids are home. They're studying at home. They are maybe home from college because they didn't go to the university because of COVID. So instead of being like, oh, they're home, it's extra groceries, it's extra work, it's extra people, you know, I'm cooking more, I'm doing this. You're focusing on the problem. Focus on the amazing, amazing time that you are having with them. The laughs, the talks, the really getting to know them, the time you get with them, because that'll never come back. Focus on your present. Focus on the positive. Why focus on the negative? You know, I see so many moms on social media. Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, it's so tired. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, it's homeschool. You know, and I just feel sad when I hear that. And this is the honest truth. Some of you might not like that. I feel sad because the time goes by so fast. And this is just a bump in the road, which we should look at as we get to hug our kids, you know, because they're there in the morning. We get to feed them. We get to be a mom to them. We get to really engage with them and know their personalities and get connected with them as humans. You know, if you've got young kids, you get to see how they're developing and how you want to raise them. If they're college kids or adults that are home with you, then you get to reconnect with them, because when they're living abroad or they're living in another place, you don't get to connect. You talk on the phone, hey, how are you? What's this? But you don't get the everyday talks. You're watching the movies, the everyday life. And so this is just so beautiful, this connection. And we just constantly think of the problem instead of the awesomeness, you know? Oh, we're all home, but home means we're eating together, we're talking together, we're learning about each other, you know, we're making memories and we're creating, right? So think about the good stuff rather than the illnesses and the bad stuff, right? So to recap, to empower yourself, work on your goals, focus on your strength, look at the future instead of the past, and focus your life on the now rather than the problem, right? So that's all there is for today. I really hope that you guys start working on your self-care from the inside. If you have any questions, you know how to get to me, but it's very important to ground yourself and work on the way you feel in here and the way you feel here. Hydrate, get enough sleep, walk in nature. You know, writing in a journal is amazing, and telling the truth, because whatever is stirring up inside of you, your journal is your friend. Your journal is something that you can write whatever you want in. Nobody sees this between you and your journal doesn't talk back. So you can just constantly write in there and just let it out. Just let it out. I love that. And the other really cool tip was, oh yes, that was it. Take an extra long shower. Like, one way to just relieve yourself and really self-care is take a warm shower or warm bath. And as you're scrubbing yourself, feel your skin. Notice all your body parts and be grateful and be thankful. You know, I'm grateful for my arms. I'm grateful for my hands. I'm grateful for my face, all that stuff. And just recite it, because mantras and affirmations really help. So please share this video if you love it. If it was helpful, please let me know, because sharing is caring. And if I can help one more mom every day, each day, you know, it would just be a blessing, because you might refer or share to a mom and be part of this movement of helping moms with self-care, helping moms encourage themselves, helping moms feel good, and improving their life, because we only have one life and we need to make be the best that we can. So once again, please share and care. And let's see, some last minute stuff would be that today I have this talk. Follow me on Instagram. And today on our subscribers only, we have an awesome speaker come on to talk about balancing hormones after 40. So you still have time to subscribe. And if you get in the group, then all these videos will also be in there from our guest speakers for a special subscriber only. The October box is amazing. It is full of self-care items. And you also get included in the subscribers only membership. And I love the shawl, and I just love it. And it'll help you be a reminder. If you're one of those people who forget, who need to write things down, it's a great monthly reminder. So sharing is caring, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye. Wait, any questions, anyone? Nope? Okay. Bye.